Hello everyone. Today, I want to share a quiet story with you. A simple story. But inside this story, there is a powerful lesson. By the end of it, you may understand something that most people learn very late in life. How a focused mind can protect your peace and change the direction of your life. This story begins in a small town, surrounded by wide fields and old trees, the kind of place where mornings arrive slowly, with soft sunlight and the sound of birds in the distance. Life there was simple. People worked hard during the day and rested early at night. In that town lived a young boy named Aarav. Aarav was known in the town as a good boy. He was polite, respectful, and hard-working. His teachers believed he had a sharp mind. The neighbors often said that Aarav would one day become someone successful. But Aarav's life was not as easy as people imagined. His father had passed away when he was young. Since then, Aarav lived only with his mother. She worked hard every day to keep their small home running. Aarav knew this, so he tried to help her as much as he could. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise. While most people in the town were still asleep, Aarav was already outside helping in the fields. He watered the crops, cleaned the tools, and carried heavy baskets. By the time the sun fully rose, his clothes were already dusty and his hands tired. After finishing the work, he would quickly wash his face, eat a simple breakfast, and open his books. Studying was the one thing he truly loved. But there was always a problem. He never had enough time. While other students had hours to prepare for their exams, Aarav often studied late at night under a small lamp. Sometimes his eyes felt heavy, but he kept going because he believed education was the only way he could build a better life for his mother. Months passed like this. Then the final exam arrived. Aarav gave everything he had. During the day, he worked in the fields, and during the night, he studied until the lamp almost burned out. He told himself that all the hard work would pay off. But when the results came, something painful happened. Aarav failed one subject. Only one. But that one failure felt bigger than anything he had experienced before. The worst part was not the result. The worst part was what came after. People in the town started talking. Some whispered when he walked past them. Some laughed quietly. Others shook their heads as if they were disappointed. "Look at him," someone said one day. "The boy everyone thought was so smart." Another voice replied, "He couldn't even pass his exam." Aarav never answered them. He stayed silent. But inside his heart, those words hurt deeply. One evening, after finishing his work in the fields, Aarav walked slowly toward the small house of his old teacher, Master Dev. Master Dev was a calm and wise man. His hair was white, and his voice was always gentle. Many people in the town respected him because he had helped guide many young students in their lives. Aarav stood quietly in front of him and said in a soft voice, "Teacher, I try to ignore people, but their words follow me everywhere. When I walk through the town, they laugh at me. I feel small. I feel weak." Master Dev listened carefully. He did not interrupt. After a moment, he smiled slightly and said, "Aarav, tomorrow morning, I want you to do something for me." "What is it, teacher?" Aarav asked. The old man pointed toward a wooden table beside him. On the table sat a shallow bowl filled with clear water. "Tomorrow," the teacher said calmly, "you will take a bowl like this, fill it to the very edge with water, and walk across the town to the old banyan tree near the fields." Aarav looked confused. "That sounds simple," he said. The teacher gently shook his head. "There is one rule," he continued. "You must not spill even a single drop of water." Aarav was puzzled, but he trusted his teacher, so he nodded and agreed. The next morning, the sky was soft and blue. A light breeze moved through the town. Aarav filled a bowl with water until the surface was completely full and still. He held the bowl carefully with both hands and stepped outside. Immediately, he realized something. The bowl was harder to carry than he expected. If he moved too fast, the water would shake. If he lost balance, it would spill. So he began walking very slowly, step by step. As he walked through the town, the same people stood near the road. Some of them noticed him. A few whispered again. Others laughed softly, just like before. But something was different that day. Aarav did not react. His eyes were fixed on the water in the bowl. His hands stayed steady. His breathing became slow and careful. All his attention stayed on one thing, keeping the water still. The voices around him started fading away. The laughter became distant. The faces around him blurred. All he could feel was the bowl in his hands and the quiet sound of his own breathing. Finally, he reached the banyan tree near the fields. He looked down at the bowl. The water was still there. Not a single drop had spilled. Later that day, he returned to his teacher and placed the bowl on the table. "Teacher," Aarav said, "I did it." Master Dev looked at him and asked softly, "Tell me something. When you walked through the town, did you hear the people laughing at you?" Aarav shook his head. "No, teacher. I was so focused on the water that I did not notice anything else." The teacher smiled gently. "That is the lesson," he said. "When your mind is truly focused on your purpose, the noise of the world loses its power. People's words cannot control you when your attention is fixed on your goal." Aarav stood there quietly, thinking about those words. Something inside him suddenly became clear. For weeks, he had been listening to the voices of the town more than the voice inside his own heart. But the moment he focused completely on the bowl, the noise disappeared. From that day forward, Aarav changed the way he lived. He stopped worrying about what others said. He studied with deeper focus. He worked in the fields with calm determination. And slowly, his confidence returned. The town did not change. But Aarav did. And sometimes, that is all it takes. So, if you ever feel hurt by the opinions of others, if their words make you doubt yourself, remember the bowl of water. Hold your goal carefully. Focus your mind on what truly matters. Because when your attention becomes strong and steady, the noise of the world fades away. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more stories that change the way you think, and share this with someone who may need these words today.